Hi, my name's Andrew and I've lived in London for several years now, and not once have I ever been tempted to visit the Hyde Park based commercial Christmas time celebration that descends on us every year, and yet loads of seemingly normal people do. So today I asked the question, why the hell do people go to Winter Wonderland? A few years ago, the Royal Parks, who operate Hyde Park on behalf of Olivia Colman, were disappointed by the lack of money they were making out of the Christmas markets they were holding. So in their hour of need, they turned to a private company, which nowadays is the multi-billion pound generating IMG, to try and make the 2007 financial accounts a little bit more festive. You remember 2007, right? Gordon Brown was the Prime Minister, the iPhone had just come out, the Christmas number one was Leon Jackson. Who's Leon Jackson? And so Winter Wonderland was born, and it worked apparently. It made money, and it just keeps on growing. They claim that 3 million punters go through the gates every December, but not this one. No thanks, I'm good. I will not be participating in it. There's no way that you could get me Oh. So, I joined the queue and, like everyone else, sacrificed my water bottle. The first good thing is that it doesn't actually cost anything to get into the merriest place in London. You just have to give up a small chunk of your dignity as you search for any unwanted Christmas presents on arrival. But we're in. Let's go have some organised fun. The first section I entered was Angel's Christmas Market. About half of Winter Wonderland is made up of market stalls, and although I never got to meet Angel, her market sold roughly what you'd expect. Lots of presents you could give a cousin you don't really like, some more tasteful than others, but a lot of this place is just food. You'd never buy those pretzels in Sainsbury's that cost 80 pence, but sure, we're in Winter Wonderland, let's get one for a £5. This is the Bavarian village, apparently. Which is another of the markets, except this one also has a very large beer hall, as well as the most terrifying thing I've ever seen. I mean, what the hell is that?
My friends, and enjoy the free-to-enter Christmas events.
There is a sort of Groundhog Day element to this. You wander out of one market, and suddenly you're in another one. You think you've just seen the ghost train, but it turns out the ghost train is also over there. And bizarrely, you can't walk more than 10 feet without seeing a stall selling churros. You know, that traditional wintertime treat. The second half of Winter Wonderland is the rides and games. A lot of this is just a regular fun fair, but everything's been thinly disguised as being Christmas related. The Euro Coaster has just been renamed on park maps as the Christmas Coaster. Santa's Workshop is a car ride that they've hung some green tinsel around, and so on. For a bit of historical context, London has a long history of special fairs in the winter months. It hasn't frozen over in decades now, but before the Victorian reconstruction of London Bridge, the Thames used to freeze over all the time. And this piece of unowned, lawless, icy new ground would play host to frost fairs, where you could buy food, play games. Do you see the connection? Yeah, I think you get it. So these Winter Wonderland visitors are walking in the footsteps of hundreds of years of Christmas time carnivals, but not actually walking in the footsteps. They put this special cladding on the ground to protect the grass. This is the Queen's grass. Got to look after it. And there is plenty you can do in Winter Wonderland. There are attractions like the Ice Kingdom, ice skating, the ice bar, Paddington on Ice, bizarrely lots of ice cream, which no one's noticed is actually a summertime treat. But anyway, time to get stuck in. Alright then. I went on the ghost train, where I was confronted by sights such as the alien creature, or whatever this thing is. It was a truly frightening experience. That was a very solid 1 star there. I had a much better time taking in the views from the observation wheel. The big headline this year is that it's 90 metres tall instead of the previous 70 metres, which is great because it puts an extra 20 metres between you and all of the problems you have in your life when you're at ground level. At the top you can see the London Eye, which has obviously offered a much higher experience for 2 decades now, but it's not Christmassy, so why would you want to go on that? I'm now going to go on this roller coaster, not because I want to, but because I have to for review purposes. I am doing this for you. Here we go. This particular roller coaster has 5 loops on it, and yeah, it was pretty good. Okay, I'm starting to feel this, like this emotion within me. I think it might be fun. But whilst it's free to get in here, it ain't so free to actually do anything here. There's basically no activity you can take part in which doesn't cost money, and quite a bit of money at that. A couple having a session of ice skating, a drink at the ice bar, and a pair of tickets to the creepily oversized Paddington show will pay £110 for the privilege. And I know this is the capital city of stupidly high prices, but that's quite expensive, even for London. The local currency of Winter Wonderland seems to be tokens, and a token is one receipt. So every token you get is another receipt, which is a lot of paper, and I don't think Greta Thunberg would be particularly happy with this system. And I'll let you in on a little secret. I'm here quite early in the day on a Thursday in November. It's quiet just now, but I guarantee you it won't be when you come here a bit later on in the year. And you know, Christmas is always fun, but it's sometimes a little bit less fun when you're having to push through people and queue for it. This would be a very picturesque spot to get your wallet stolen. Obviously I'm too socially awkward to actually ask anyone, but most people here seem to be having a good time. I, on the other hand, am starting to get a bit tired and a bit hungry. And I'll admit, I gave in to the pressure. But even after that sugar hit, Winter Wonderland was getting a bit much. There's just quite a lot of lights and sound and smoke. So I left. You know, you can be a bit of a Scrooge about this place, but people just want a Christmas market and a bit of fun. They know when they come here that their wallets are going to take a beating. They know that it's not going to be quiet. But this place probably contributes a huge sum of money towards the upkeep of Hyde Park every year. And frankly, if it takes all the slow-walking, Christmas-loving tourists out of the bits of London I'm strutting around in, then it's only a good thing. So I say, thank you, Winter Wonderland. Thank you very much. And Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you all. If you liked this video, then there are plenty more Londonist videos for you to enjoy, or you can have a look at my channel on YouTube. Just search for Exploring London, and have a happy new year.